That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, we all know there's a couple of more Avengers movies coming. We got Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Of course, the Russo brothers are back. And McFeely and who's his writing partner?
Stephen.
Marcus and McFeely back together with the Russo brothers. They're going to be making the same quadrant team that gave us, you know, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame. They're all back together. But stories come out where when the Russo brothers first got a hold of Marcus and McFeely, say, hey guys, we're back on to do a new Avengers thing. Their initial response was not, awesome, we're going to do more Avengers. No. The response they got was literally, fuck no, is the answer they got. This comes to us from Screen Rant, quoting an interview with Anthony and Joe Russo. I'm going to read it at length here because it's interesting. We're very close with Kevin Feige and Lou D'Esposito, Marvel Studios co-president, and the entire Marvel team, and we've had conversations through the years. We've talked about a lot of ideas. So apparently the Russo brothers have been in talks with Marvel, kind of kicking around the can on a movie idea for them to come back for years now. Anyway, really what happened was we ended up stumbling upon an idea that activated all of us. You couldn't see it coming until it came. And once it came to us, it was like, well, that's a story we need to tell. Then Joe Russo cuts in and says, there were ideas that we were trying to wrap our heads around that preceded this one. Rumor is it was going to be a Captain America and Agent Carter story with them living at a time anyway. And we just never found the story. I remember calling Steve McFeely, co-writer of the Russo brothers MCU movies, and said, hey, crazy idea. What do you think if we all go back and do Secret Wars? And you, talking about McFeely, you were like, fuck no, absolutely not. And then you hung up, and the next morning at 7:30, you called and were like, all right, I have an idea. At the first reaction, the first response from the writer, even being told, me and Anthony are back, we're the Kevin Feige, we're moving on this, the biggest movies we've ever done are the Avengers movies. Aren't you excited that we get to do another one? And his first response was, no, not interested. Thanks. And they hung up. And then I love the last part where it wasn't even a full 24 hours. It was probably like 9 hours later. The phone rings and it's like, all right, I have an idea. And therein the movie was born.
That's like the perfect ending of, like, if this is a series, that was the ending of episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, it picks up with the writer and his day. And then it's like 7 a.m. He's like, I got an idea.
If Skeleton Crew could have just ended with
Neil
Neil
dies.
saying, fuck no.
Or that.
And then Wim was like, I got an idea.
Yeah. KG says to Neil,
Defer.
we need cover. Fuck no.
No.
that would have been the greatest moment in Skeleton Crew if that all of a sudden out of nowhere Neil said, fuck no. That would have been the best thing ever. Anyway, getting back to this, the whole idea about, all right, I got an idea. And I'm assuming the next words were, what if we brought back RDJ as Dr. Doom? That I'm just assuming that, right? I'm sure we'll find out if that's what actually happened once the movies come out on home video and we get the director's commentaries and stuff like that. But I do love that it just first of all, I love the fact that he said no at first. Now I'm sure Marcus and McFeely have a lot of work, right? They are, it's not like they're hurting for work right now. So the very fact that they said no, you know what it reminds me of? I can never remember the name of the actor, but in the Clerks movies, you have Dante and you have Randall?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I loved when I was watching Clerks 2, when I was watching the DVD for Clerks 2, and Kevin Smith was like, you know, we were all excited. We got the financing to do Clerks 2. And I called whoever the actor was that played Dante and like, yeah, everybody's so excited. And then I got a hold of the actor's name who played Randall.
Jeff
and
Anderson.
That's it, Jeff. And Jeff just went, nope. Not doing it. And they had to spend a lot of time convincing him to come back and do it. And it's not like he was a busy working actor. He was just like, nope, I think what we did with the first one, I don't want to ruin it. And they came back. So I kind of like the fact that McFeely's like, nah, thanks, but no thanks. But then instantly the gears in his head start turning. And he calls him the next morning and says, all right, I got an idea. I want a t-shirt that says that just says, all right, I've got an idea. I love that. Anyway, Chris, you read this story. What do you take away from it?
I mean, my initial thought was, yeah, there's so much pressure on following up these big tentpole films. And look at how everyone's reacted to Marvel post Endgame and everything. Of well, the Marvel universe is just not good anymore. It's dropped in quality, which it has. I'll be one of those people who says it has dropped in quality. I don't think it's as bad and as abysmal as people have made it out to be, but there's definitely been a drop. We've also seen this with people who have been approached for Star Wars. Of, hey, do you want to write or direct a Star Wars film? Hell no.
No. Have
The
you
fans
seen
are
that
so
fan
mean.
base these days?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Star Wars is way worse than
So
Marvel.
much worse, so much worse. Marvel, at least for the most part, it seems like everyone just wants the best content being made. And sometimes we have
hopeful.
some very loud voices who talk about the MCU or some nonsense. I think that it's great that they were so honest about this of, I don't know if this is for us and I'm not hurting for work, so maybe I don't want to jump back into that ring because that's a lot of pressure, that's a lot of work. I don't know if it's for me. And I think more people need to be transparent about that in art. I think so many times, this is also why I really love the folks over at Studio Ghibli, because they'll talk about how like making movies is horrible and painful and awful, but I can't quit because I love making movies. And I wish more people were transparent about this kind of work because it is difficult. It is hard to write a really good script. It is hard to direct something. It's hard to make anything. And I think if people were a little more honest like this of, oh, I really had my doubts or I really didn't want to do it, I think we all would appreciate the work that everyone does even more, especially for all the people who, you know, go on the internet and decide that they could write 10 scripts that are far superior
Yeah,
to
everybody thinks they
anything
can
that
write a
Marvel's
script.
put out.
Yeah.
I think that kind of honesty would be helpful.
We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, CookUnity. You ever feel like so much of your day revolves around planning meals or preparing food, especially when you're trying to eat healthier? I know we all do, but that all changes when you discover CookUnity. Now you can enjoy vibrant, chef-crafted meals without spending hours in the kitchen. It's freed up so much of my time and energy to focus on my other goals. CookUnity partners with award-winning chefs, the same chefs you see on TV and those five-star restaurants, to create small batch meals just for you. These meals are made with fresh, local, in-season ingredients delivered right to your door. And here's the best part. They arrive fresh, not frozen, and all it takes is a few minutes to heat them up. I recently tried their Mom's Sunday Sauce Rigatoni, and it was incredible. Plus, knowing that I'm supporting local chefs and sustainable suppliers makes every bite even better. Whether you want variety, convenience, or just better food, CookUnity has it all. Reset your routine with convenient, mouth-watering meals crafted with local ingredients by award-winning chefs. Go to cookunity.com/Campea or enter the code Campea before checkout for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using the code Campea or by going to cookunity.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you make of this? I love the story myself. I think this is a great one to tell. I mean, not to mention that committing to these movies probably means like a 4 or 5 year commitment of working on these things when you look how long they go, and they keep working with the Russo brothers even once the script is done. I don't know, but I love this story. How did you feel about it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.